Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Craig Campobello. I am the guest host this evening, filling in for Stephen Wong, because he's standing over there, and his son is sitting right here, and we thought it would be easier for me to get the truth out of his son than him. So, young man, if you were a beanbag chair, what color would you be?
Teal.
Like the shirt you're wearing?
Yes. Not exactly the same color.
Lighter or darker?
Probably lighter.
Lighter. Why would you be a teal beanbag chair rather than a red one?
Let's see.
You think this is going to be easy? It ain't.
Well, let's see. I don't know. I guess most people would want to buy a red beanbag chair.
So you're thinking about being sold and belonging to someone rather than just sitting in a warehouse somewhere for... Yeah. That's pretty smart thinking. I would have never gone that far with it myself. Tell us about that shirt with the trees on it. You don't know where you get that?
It was like a resale store, so it's just...
I'm just trying to warm you up here a little bit. Okay. Do you remember when I beat you in chess?
I do.
Has it stayed with you forever? Do you think of it late at night sometimes?
I do. Sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night and get out the chess set and reenact the entire thing, trying to figure out exactly how I could have beat you.
You know what I say to that, my young friend? Let it go. Let it go. You also know how to sword fight now.
Yeah, it's true.
Did you win any awards? I know it's called fencing.
Yeah.
Did you win any awards fencing?
I have, yes. A few medals, that type of stuff.
Like first place?
Never quite first place. I think like second, third, something like that. Never.
Those are always the most dangerous guys. I always got second and third place. And you know what that made me do? Never give up.
It's true.
We're number 2. We try harder. Have you ever heard that?
I've never heard that before, no.
So tell us about, I found out that I did not know this until earlier in the evening when I was interviewing your mother. You were with your mother. She would not let go of the Fritos. And you were up in Dallas. You don't remember this.
Okay.
You remember growing up down here, right?
For the most part, yeah.
Do you remember your first entree into the theater?
The first I can remember was going to see my mom in a play.
The other
It was
one?
in Irving.
I
remember there was a fountain, and I remember walking on the fountain, like the outskirt of it.
Isn't that amazing what we think of when we're young, how we remember things?
Was
it the Quadrangle?
Irving Community.
Irving Community Theater, okay. At the Irving Arts Center. You don't remember the play?
I don't know.
You just remember seeing your mom up there on the stage?
Yes.
What were you thinking?
Honestly, I don't remember what I was thinking back then. That was probably I was just amazed.
What was the feeling then, if you weren't thinking? That's my mom up there.
Yeah, I was pretty amazed. I was like, she was up there, and I was wondering kind of probably what she was doing, because I was like, what you...
That makes perfect sense as a kid. And then you get home and you're trying to figure it out. Right?
Yeah.
Because you just saw her up there and everybody's watching her, and then you come back home and it's just the 3 of you, and you're going, what just happened?
Pretty much, yeah.
Right? Do you remember when you started thinking, hey, I'd like to get involved with this, or were you?
I don't know. It was, I guess the first thing we did here was Christmas Carol. My mother was a street urchin. I was also a street urchin. And, it was kind of fun.
Were you excited to be a street urchin, or did you feel like? Or were you...
I liked it. It was it was the first introduction to theater where I was actually acting, and of course I didn't really at the point I didn't really know. I was kind of just smiling and being happy I was on the stage and being ushered around.
So you enjoyed being on the stage, right? So
yeah.
You share that with your folks, and they've told me that you've kind of made this a family affair, and you've enjoyed all of it, obviously. Yeah. I've seen you up on stage a lot of time. What was the feeling that you had this year being on the stage with the best show of the year, the Singing in the Rain? Did you feel like something special was happening?
I was very excited that Singing in the Rain, obviously, got best show. Though I wasn't exactly on the stage. I was helped with fight choreography, so it's part of one of the videos. Fun working with.
Were you on the stage in Shrek?
Yes, I was. Yeah.
Okay, that's where I got it mixed up. All of them, one after another, broke box office records. When you were in Shrek, did you feel like something pretty special was happening?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We could tell there was something going on, and well, initially, me and my dad had been trying to run the numbers, and we saw that it had the potential to break all the box office records.
And that's a big deal. It really is a big deal. A lot of people downplay that, but what it shows to somebody like me is theater is healthy in this area, and it means more. When you see those kind of audiences piling up, time after time, and record after record being broken, that to me smells really good. Because we've got 2 theaters working down here, and both of them are packing houses.
Yeah.
And it's going, that shows that 1, our community is growing, 2, that what's being done is being done well, and that the word of mouth is out there. So it's really exciting to be a part of something that does something like that, don't you think?
It is, yeah.
Right? So what are you doing right now?
I guess right now, just getting ready to go back to school. Sure, everything's finalized. Saying goodbye to a lot of friends, that type of stuff, because it'll be a while. Yeah.
You mean saying goodbye to friends here?
Yeah.
Before you go back up to school? Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's tough. It's part of the growing process, becoming a man and getting out and making your own way. Yeah. And I know that everybody that I know that knows you, including myself, appreciates you and the respect that you show and the hard work that you do. And what are some of the favorite things? What are some of the things that you've learned? Some people play football and they learn they learn teamwork. They learn this. They learn how to take orders. They learn to follow through. They learn to sacrifice themselves for others. What are some of the good qualities that you think that you've been able to take from community theater?
There's always a sense of community among the people in the
camaraderie.
Cast.
Mm-hmm.
That's always a wonderful thing. Because obviously, there's always a little bit of
creative differences.
Yes.
That's part of the creative process.
It is. Mm-hmm. There's always a lot of that in the shows, but typically as it ends, things tend to people tend to come together and kind of enjoy the moment. Mm-hmm. It's always, which also is, I suppose, another important thing about theater is whenever you're going along throughout the play, you prepare for it, and then finally you have the show, and then it's over.
It's bittersweet.
Yeah, and it's good to appreciate the moment of the show and not just kind of always looking forward to the next thing, just living in the moment.
And that translates very well into living your life, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
It's like what you're about to face. You take those moments and you make the most of those moments.
Yeah.
Right. And don't worry about
what's coming.
What had happened so much. You plan for what's ahead, but you live in doing right now. So, what's your favorite thing to do outside of theater? Are you a gamer?
A bit, yeah.
What's your favorite game?
I don't know. Actually, I'd say one that when I was a kid, me and my dad used to play a lot. It was called Star Trek Armada, because I was a big Star Trek fan.
Mm-hmm. I like Pac-Man. You little diplomat. Go ahead, keep talking to me.
Yeah, we used to spend a lot of time together playing that.
Right.
It was an open source type of thing, so my dad loved changing things so that they were not exactly as you would see in a show. So, yeah.
That's great. What got you into fencing, for crying out loud?
Princess Bride.
Well, explain.
I don't know. I'd loved that my parents had shown me that movie a lot, and I was like, this is a lot of fun. And one summer at Lone Star, there was a fencing class, and I said, why not? And so I did it, and I thought it was a lot of fun. So I talked with the coach there and went down to where they taught it in the area, and that's how I got involved.
How many years did you spend learning how to fence?
Well, you're always learning. Of course. So I'd say 5 years about.
Really? Yeah. How's your lunge?
My lunge? It's still relatively strong. It's been a little while, but
right.
I remember in Hairspray there was a picture we have where Dinah had us all doing a lunge, and
Uh-huh.
I had the deepest lunge, and I was like,
Well, you had 5 years ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
else. Your lunge better be deeper.
it was.
What do you think your other strong suit is in fencing after 5 years of study?
It's kind of just, also with acting, it's kind of just, it's about studying people. Obviously, whenever you're trying to beat someone, you need to understand them, and obviously, if someone is really, like, emotionally involved in fencing, it's important, but if you're too involved, you can kind of use that against people.
Draw them in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of in life you want to do the opposite of that, obviously.
Right.
But in there, it's good to try and just see what people do. Because basically, a lot of times, whenever someone is fencing, they always have a sort of basic instinct that they always do, like a basic defense, and you kind of watch them and you understand when they're going to do things. And
one of the things I love about actors is they know so many different things that they can bring onto the stage with them, and we can always take all of those lessons and take them with us in life wherever we go. How to deal with people, how to work with people, how to stand up for what you believe in, how to stand up without killing somebody, and have different points of views, and stomping your feet and walking off.
Yeah.
Those are all really, really important life lessons. Well, we're all a big fan of yours around here, and I just have to ask you one question before we go.
Okay.
If you were an herb,
I was an herb.
what herb would you be and why? Herbs are the spice of life.
Really don't know that many herbs. So go with one I know, thyme.
Because the time here is done.
It is.
It has flown. And it's been a joy to see you again, to see you on stage. You work so hard, and good luck in school.
Thank you.
And I know that this good earth is going to be a lot better with young men like you in it. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.